The Story of Mowgli, adapted from Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Books, retold by Willis Lindquist, illustrated by Tibor Gergely. The Story of Mowgli. One warm evening, the wolves were resting in their cave when they heard growling and grunting in the valley below. "What can that be?" asked Mother Wolf. Father Wolf listened. The lame tiger must be after something. Just then, into the moonlight at the entrance stepped a brown baby. It came right into the cave and pushed between the cubs. Turn the page. "A man's cub," declared Father Wolf in surprise. "How little, how naked," said Mother Wolf softly. "Look, he's not afraid. He is taking his meal with the others." Suddenly, the lame tiger looked in. His roar filled the cave with thunder. "I chased the parents away, so the man's cub is mine," he said. "Give him to me." "Go away," snapped Mother Wolf. "The man's cub is mine now. He shall live to run and hunt with the wolf pack." The lame tiger finally went away. Mother Wolf came back to the brown baby and said, "Lie still, little frog. Because you are as hairless as a frog, I shall call you Mowgli the Frog." Father Wolf looked worried. "The wolves may not let the man's cub join the pack," he said. "Is it against the law of the jungle?" asked Mother Wolf. "No," answered her mate, "but the law does say that all wolf cubs must be brought before the council as soon as they can walk, so that all in the pack can look them over." "Well then," said Mother Wolf, "bring Mowgli before the pack." So on the night of the next full moon, Father Wolf took his cubs and Mowgli and Mother Wolf to Council Rock. The wolf Akela, the leader, lay on a high rock above the others. Wolf cubs played and tumbled in the center of the circle. Now and again, a big wolf would come up to look at them and return to his place. There's a picture of the wolf leader, Akela, on top of Council Rock, with the animals of the jungle all around him. "Look well, O wolves!" cried Akela from his high rock. At last Father Wolf pushed Mowgli into the center of the circle. Mowgli laughed and sat, playing with pretty stones. One wolf said, "A man's cub has no place here." "There's no harm in him," said old Baloo, the sleepy brown bear who taught the wolf cubs the law of the jungle. "Let him run with the pack. I myself will teach him." Bagheera, the black panther who was a friend of the wolves, said, "Let the man's cub run with the pack. If you do, I will give you a fat young bull that I killed not half a mile from here." The wolves quickly agreed to let Mowgli into the pack, for there was nothing they liked better than a fat young bull. And that is how Mowgli became a member of the Seoni wolf pack. By the time he was 10 or 11, he had learned ever so many wonderful things. Father Wolf taught him to hunt. Bagheera, the black panther, taught him to climb trees. Baloo, the brown bear, taught him the law of the jungle. When Mowgli was not learning, he sat out in the sun and slept, and ate, and went to sleep again. When he felt dirty or hot, he swam in the forest pools. He went to meetings of the wolf pack at Council Rock, too. There he often picked thorns out of the pads of his friends, for wolves suffered greatly from thorns in their feet. "I try to be kind to the wolves," Mowgli told Baloo the bear, "but most of them don't seem to like me." "They claim you are lazy," said Baloo. "Many times when you should be hunting with the pack, you go into the valley to watch how men live in the village." "I am just like those in the village," said Mowgli. "Bagheera says that someday I might go down to live with them in the village. But I would rather be with my friends in the jungle." One day, Mowgli took a nap with the bear and the panther. Suddenly, he felt himself being lifted into the trees by the strong little hands of the monkey people. He cried out in alarm. Baloo roared with anger. Bagheera sprang into a tree and started to climb. But the monkey people were already high above, carrying Mowgli away through the swaying treetops. Turn the page. And there's a picture of the monkey people scrambling through the treetops with little Mowgli. At first, Mowgli felt dizzy, yet he could not help enjoying the wild rush and swinging through empty space. But when he caught glimpses of the earth far below, it frightened him. On the ground, Baloo and Bagheera followed at a distance. A giant rock snake joined them in the chase. He was hungry and wanted a monkey or two for his dinner. The monkey people finally brought Mowgli down at an old stone temple no longer used by man. There, Baloo and Bagheera caught up and began fighting the monkeys. Roars and squeals and grunts of battle filled the jungle with sound. Then came the giant rock snake. When the monkeys saw him, they ran away, leaving Mowgli behind with his friends. "Why did they take me?" asked Mowgli. "Because you are a boy," answered Baloo. "You are different." "That is why the wolves have turned against you," said Bagheera. "You are different. You are wiser than they. There is talk of throwing you out of the pack at the next council meeting." "And if they throw you out," said Baloo, "the pack will no longer protect you, and the lame tiger will be waiting to eat you." "I know what I can do," said Mowgli. "I can protect myself with fire. All in the jungle are afraid of fire, but I am not. I have seen how the villagers use fire to keep them warm and to cook their food." So on the night of the next full moon, Mowgli went to the council rock, carrying a clay pot of fire he had found on the edge of the village. As soon as the meeting began, the wolves complained about Mowgli. Some said he was no good as a hunter. Others said he caused much trouble among them. "The pack is no place for a man's cub," said one. On his high rock, Akela, the leader, said, "Let those who are against the man's cub drive him away from Council Rock." Most of the wolves stood up. They began closing in on Mowgli. He could see the lame tiger lying in the tall grass nearby, ready to kill him as soon as he was driven from Council Rock. Mowgli thrust the end of a dead branch into the fire pot. Suddenly, it burst into flame. He waved it above his head, then struck out at the wolves right and left. The frightened wolves ran away, howling, for sparks burned in their fur. Mowgli ran at the tiger and pushed the burning stick in its face, burning its whiskers. With a scream of pain, the tiger went bounding away. The only ones left at Council Rock were Mowgli's friends, the panther, the bear, Mother and Father Wolf, and their cubs. "Now I go to live in the village," Mowgli told them. "No, stay with us," begged Mother Wolf. Turn the page. Mowgli gave her a big bear hug, and for a moment his eyes filled with tears. "If I am a man I must become," he told her. Then he hurried down the hillside to the village. He was frightened when the gates opened and everyone came running to stare at him. But then they smiled and looked friendly, and he knew everything was going to be all right, especially from the shy glances the little girl of the village gave him. The end.